They laugh when you stay quiet. They call you weak. They think your silence means you have nothing to say. But here's what they don't understand. Your silence isn't weakness. It's a strategy. It's control. And the moment they realize what it actually means, everything changes. Today, I'm going to show you why silence is one of the most powerful weapons you'll ever own. Look, we live in a world that glorifies noise. Everyone's talking, posting, reacting, proving themselves every single second. And if you're not doing that, people assume you're lost. They assume you're scared. They assume you have nothing valuable to contribute. But that's exactly where they're wrong. Because while everyone else is busy shouting into the void, you're watching, you're learning, you're thinking, and that gives you an advantage they'll never see coming. Silence isn't about being passive. It's about being intentional. And once you master it, you become untouchable. So let's break down why your silence has more power than their words ever will. Here's the first thing most people don't realize. When you stay silent, others can't help but fill the void. Think about it. You're in a conversation, someone throws shade at you, and instead of clapping back, you just look at them. No words, no reaction, just silence. What happens? They keep talking. They start explaining themselves. They start justifying. And the more they talk, the more they expose who they really are. Your silence becomes a mirror. It reflects their insecurity, their desperation for validation, their need to be right. You didn't have to say a word, and they already lost. I've seen this happen in real life countless times. Someone tries to provoke you at work, and instead of arguing, you just nod and walk away. A few days later, everyone sees them for who they are because they couldn't stop running their mouth. Meanwhile, you stayed calm, stayed focused, and came out looking like the bigger person. That's the power of silence. It lets people destroy themselves without you lifting a finger. Here's something else. When you're always talking, always explaining, always trying to prove yourself, you become predictable. People think they know you. They think they've figured you out. But when you're silent, you become a mystery, and people respect what they can't fully understand. Think about the people you admire most. Chances are, they're not the loudest in the room. They're the ones who speak less, but say more. They're the ones who move in silence and let their actions do the talking. That's because silence creates space for presence. When you're not constantly filling the air with words, people actually pay attention when you do speak. Your voice carries weight. Your opinions matter. You're not just another person shouting for attention. You're someone worth listening to. And that's a level of respect you can't buy with words. You earn it by knowing when to stay quiet. Now let's talk about something even more important, your peace. Every time you respond to negativity, every time you argue with someone who doesn't matter, every time you defend yourself to people who have already made up their minds, you're giving away your energy. And that energy? It's the most valuable thing you have. Silence protects that. When someone tries to drag you into drama and you refuse to engage, you're not being weak. You're being smart. You're saying, my peace is worth more than your opinion. And trust me, that's a power move. I know it's tempting to clap back, to defend yourself, to prove them wrong. But here's the truth. The people who mock your silence are the same people who feed off your reaction. They want you to break. They want you to lose control. And the moment you stay silent, you take away their power. You stay calm while they spiral. You stay focused while they waste their time. And in the long run, that's what separates you from them. Let's clear something up once and for all. Being silent doesn't mean you're scared. It means you're confident enough not to need constant validation. Insecure people talk because they need to be heard. They need to convince others, and honestly, they need to convince themselves. But confident people? They don't need to explain. They don't need to defend. They know who they are, and that's enough. When you stay silent in the face of mockery, you're showing the world that their words don't define you. You're showing them that you're not shaken by noise. And that level of self-assurance? It's intimidating. It's powerful. It makes people question themselves. They start wondering, why isn't this bothering them? Why are they so calm? And that's when they realize, your silence was never weakness. It was a strength they couldn't recognize. So here's what I want you to remember. Your silence is not a flaw. It's a weapon. It's a shield. It's a statement. When people mock it, let them. Because sooner or later, they'll see what it really means. They'll see that you weren't hiding. You were observing. You weren't weak. You were calculated. And by the time they figure it out, you'll already be 10 steps ahead. Don't let the noise of the world convince you that you need to be loud to matter. Sometimes, the most powerful thing you can do is say nothing at all. If this resonated with you, do me a favor. Drop a comment and tell me about a time your silence spoke louder than words. I want to hear your story. And if you got value from this video, hit that like button and subscribe because we're just getting started. More powerful lessons are coming your way. Stay silent, stay strong, and we'll see you in the next one.